So we're going to start talking about how to build a service from scratch. So far you guys have seen this January 10th playlist right here. As I've been going over it, is already built. All the stuff we need is already there. However, whenever you come in before a service or hopefully, before practice, this isn't necessarily going to be there. So I'm going to show you guys how to import the service from Planning Center and then populate the different fields with the correct documents, the correct media, the correct songs, put the sermon video in place, and all of those things. So I'm going to go ahead and delete both of these playlists so that we can start over from scratch. So the first thing we need to do is hit this plus button right here, and that's going to give us some options. We're actually going to click on the Planning Center service option and bring up this window right here that lets us see all of the plans that we have for all of the campuses. So you're just going to hit the arrow next to your campus. In my case, I'm at the Indiana campus right now. So I'm going to hit that. I'm going to go into Sunday morning, and I'm just going to select the one at the top, which is going to be this coming Sundays. If you're not building more than a week out, the one you want is always going to be at the top because it doesn't show plans from past weeks. It always shows the one that's coming up soonest. So I'm going to go ahead and hit select, and you'll see on the left it brings in my playlist January 10th and all of my items. But you'll also see the pre-service, for example, up here. There's nothing there. There's just an empty box that says drop presentation or media here. So the first thing we're going to do is link all of the missing documents that we need. So if you recall, the search button is up here on the left, but the faster way of doing it is hitting Command F. That's going to bring up our search window. And then all I have to type in is the name of the document, which is typically we try and name it the same thing as where you're trying to drop it, with one exception that I'll talk about when we get there in a second. But for pre-service, I'm just going to type in pre-service, and there are the pre-service slides. It's just drag and drop. There it is. We're done with that. I'm going to go over here on the left and jump down to Welcome and Announcements. Open it up. Go to Welcome. Drag and drop. There we go. We're going to skip over the bumper and sermon video for a minute and go down to Dismissal. And there is Dismissal. There we go. And for Indiana, that is all of the things that we link on a normal Sunday morning. Your campus may have a slightly different setup. You can always go, and if you say, I'm not sure if there's something that should be in worship closing, you can just hit Command F, type in worship closing. Well, there's nothing here, so I'm just going to assume that we don't need anything in that spot. And if there isn't anything there, then that's a safe assumption that you can make.